After Troy voters approved the bond in 2022, work began district-wide, a collaborative effort dedicated to imagining the future and maximizing the budget.
The Troy School District had what we call a facilities review committee, and that committee was comprised of approximately 60 or so people, and they went through building by building and really determined what projects do we need.
So usually in design you push the pedal at the beginning because you do not want to limit yourself to something mediocre, right? You always push it, but then budget and other parameters, they scale it back. If you don't push it enough, you end up with something small.
We gave a great wish list to our architects, and then that wish list produced a budget that may not have kept us in alignment. But what we didn't want to do is cut things that were going to benefit us.
Finding the balance between the wish list and the budget is one of the biggest challenges of working through a bond. Work that is guided in Troy by value engineering.
Value engineering is one of the most challenging parts of a bond. That is when your professional team comes back with an estimate that doesn't align with the estimate that the school district has set for that space. How do we go in and put on our hats to think about what we might be able to do differently in order to meet the budget that was established?
We look at many of our selections. It could be our finish selections of flooring or furniture, to try to find some options that might be cost effective but yet still meet our goals of our design and of function and of life cycle.
If the budget from that final design is higher than we were hoping for, then that's where I come into play with our financial team to ultimately figure out how can we support what they're looking for. Perhaps maybe we can scale back in this area or that area, or reprioritize future projects to help pay for this one.
When designs are finalized and within budget estimates, they are sent out for bid to our partners at Barton Mallow.
They have a network of vendors and contractors that they can contact. There's different ways that we advertise those bids to ultimately solicit as much interest as we can, in hoping that we actually go through and get a good number of bids to keep that price as competitive as possible.
Within the bidding process, there still may be opportunities for cost savings and budget refinement.
We will look at bidding a project with alternates, and that bidding process creates an opportunity to where we don't have to make a decision that we're ultimately changing our design, but when the bid numbers come in, we can see the ebbs and flows. And we might find that certain items and certain aspects of the construction came in under bid.
Throughout all levels of the process, the district emphasizes collaboration.
We have budgetary meetings each month where we kind of look high level at the entirety of the bond and where do we stand with respect to each project. We have a great team of experts and folks that do this for a living, and we rely on those experts to help guide us. It's a collaborative process. I mean, we have to manage multiple different pots of money to make sure that we're leveraging those dollars and providing good value for the community.